that brings us to UFC. UFC 171.
You know that's illegal in the state of Maryland?
What?
Sodomy?
Yeah.
Even consensual sodomy.
I know.
That's weird.
That's
so what the fuck happens in jail? There's jails in Maryland.
Yeah, so they get more time, extended time.
Extended time? Anyway, I digress.
UFC 171.
Next weekend, the 15th.
It is the 15th. The first card, the first fight that we're talking on the card. The first fight that we're talking about on the card is a light heavyweight fight between OSP, not to be mistaken.
You don't want to talk. You want to talk about the last fight on the prelim?
And actually, yeah. Let's talk about some of the prelims fights.
Come on, man.
Look. So I bit a fingernail and put it on the. You gotta squeal after you done busted like 3 fucking nasty farts up in this mug.
You can't touch a fart. It might touch you, but
It touched my pores, man.
Pretty much.
It sunk in that shit. It made my breath smell like that shit, man. It just seeped into my shit.
Because this next one's gonna be nasty.
Anyway, there's 2 fights I actually want to talk about. One is the women's bantamweight fight between Raquel Pennington. Did you just see, man? Y'all don't know. And remember this mother? It was one fan out there that had the nerve to say, you know, the black guy's being a little rude. I'm like, how am I being rude, bitch? He farted up in my back of my neck, man, and I'm complaining about it, and this motherfucker's calling me rude. I was like, man, I just wanted to. Anyway, Raquel Pennington is going to be fighting Jessica Andrade. That's going to be an interesting fight. I'd like to see, because I want to see what Raquel Pennington can do. She looked pretty good in the house.
Hope she can do windows.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the computer.
I mean, like cook or clean.
Who do you
what
got?
else do they do?
No.
It's a joke. Relax.
It's a joke. Yeah.
I'm going with Andrade.
I'm going with Pennington.
I don't know either one.
Yeah, right. I'm going with Raquel Pennington. I get excited about some of these female fights because I keep up with it. George's like, fuck this shit. Yeah, but I am going with Raquel Pennington. But George wants to talk about Gastelum versus Story.
Yeah, this is Rick Story's last fight in the UFC. This is what this is. Yeah. And he's done.
Kelvin Gastelum is nasty.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
just another one of these fucking welterweights. It looks crazy. Not to mention that we got another. Who's the other guy that's come down to welterweight? I just realized it. Oh, fucking whatchamajig, who's on the other. He's on this card, Lombard. So you've got Gastelum. I think this is a no-brainer. I think Kelvin Gastelum's going to go right through him. He should.
Because Rick Story's a wrestler. That's what he. And this kid is a monster.
He's just everything. He's really well-rounded.
He's gonna take Rick Story down and pound him through the bottom of the mat. He is.
Now moving on to the main card.
OSP, who's replacing GSP,
and he's going against Nikita Krylov. Okay. Yep. I'm going with the
Ruski. 2 shots of vodka, son.
You are? Krylov?
Yeah.
So am I. Yeah. OSP is just kind of like this. You know? And I think
we both could be wrong, but I'm
going to go with Krylov on this fight. I don't think there's a tremendous amount of history that either one of us just really go into details about. I think you guys will agree with us. So we're going to move on to the next fight. And the next fight is Jake Shields versus Hector Lombard. And this is where it gets interesting because Jake Shields
is not going to be strong enough to hold Hector Lombard.
But he finds a way to beat some people because he just beat somebody that impressed me. And I'm going to go. You go ahead and talk.
I'm pretty sure he got lucky in his last fight. I mean,
lucky.
Lucky.
He beat the person.
Yeah, okay, and what did it go to the
decision? Damian Maia.
Did it go to the decision?
Yes, it was a split decision.
Thanks.
And he beat Tyron Woodley before that.
Yeah, that was before Tyron decided to start, because he couldn't stop a takedown.
Yeah.
Tyron's got his hands full in this fight card. But anyway, my thing is this. Look, last time we saw Hector Lombard, when Hector Lombard came in, he started to fight at 185. He looked horrible. He's then since cut to 170 and demolished his previous opponent. Who did he fight previously? Could you look that up for me, please?
Who? Hector Lombard?
Sure. Yeah, because he absolutely dismantled whoever. And I think he's going to come into the same thing. Jake Shields is going to want to get this to the ground, and I don't think he's going to be strong enough to get it to the ground.
He beat Nate Marquardt. He knocked out Nate Marquardt.
He destroyed Nate Marquardt.
Yeah.
So, I have a feeling the same thing's going to happen here. Like, he is so incredibly strong. I don't think, even if Jake Shields got him on the mat, he won't be able to hold him there.
Right.
There's just no way. I mean, yeah, he held Tyron Woodley down, but Tyron Woodley wasn't a big guy cutting weight. Tyron Woodley's a small dude in stature.
But you know what the funny thing is can I cut you off?
Oh, please do.
Jake Shields is fighting everybody. Jake Shields is fighting Hector Lombard, right? Okay? And, I mean, I don't know how... It's on the bottom of the main card, kind of. And then you have Carlos Condit fighting Tyron Woodley. And we'll get to that fight. But Tyron Woodley's going out and saying, I'm going to get a heavyweight shot because I'm going to beat Carlos Condit.
You mean a welterweight shot?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to, title shot because I'm going to beat Carlos Condit. But I'm thinking, Tyron, you couldn't even beat Jake Shields, and he's fighting below you on this card.
Yeah, but Tyron has come out. If you've watched Tyron's last couple
but
fights, he's come out and he's decided, look, I got to end these fights. I got to make a paycheck.
He has looked impressive.
He's decided. He's like, this wrestling shit, I'm not the champ anymore. He's like, I got to act hungry. Dana's going to pay me if I do X, Y, and Z. Before I was doing A, B, and C. And that's why I lost to Jake Shields. So with this, who do you have in the Lombard Shields
some
fight?
alphabet soup?
Yeah, I just skipped all the rest of it.
I mean, god damn it, you're fucking all vegetable out today, dude. I'm going to go with Hector Lombard. What?
All that shit. Jake Shields fought blah blah blah. Jake. I'm going with Hector.
You're going after. I think.
Lombard's got this. It ain't making it out first.
Now, this is what I was talking about earlier.
Yes.
For you people who this is another video, but the people who jump to all of our videos.
Yes.
Diego Sanchez. Yes.
I enjoyed that. Was my favorite fight of all time.
You're probably going to lose against Miles Jury. For you people who don't know who Miles Jury is, he was fucking nasty and tough.
You did?
He has come out of that tough house. He is a man. He got hurt in tough 13. Ended up
came back for 15.
For 15, killed it, and has killed it since he's been in the UFC. And one of the people that he killed along the way to his journey to fight Diego Sanchez was Michael Johnson, who we just talked about in the other video, because he has looked really impressive lately. Jeez. But Jury went right through him. But not only did Jury go through him, I think he went through...
Joe Lawazin?
Oh, he went through Ramsey.
Ramsey Jim.
Who looked pretty good. And he just beat Michael Ricci.
And Michael Johnson beat Joe Lawazin.
Michael Johnson's beat a lot of good people, but he couldn't get past this guy, Miles Jury.
So I think... and when's the last time Diego fought?
He hasn't fought in almost a year. Well, I'll look at it. You go ahead and talk to me.
Because, I mean, look, Diego at one point, we thought he came out of the tough house. We thought, Diego's was the bee's knees, and he's just not that good.
Yeah, he's just struggling lately. Diego Sanchez, Gilbert Melendez.
That was a great fight.
Yeah, actually, that was a really good fight. And actually, that wasn't a year ago. That was October 19th. And then he beat Takanori Gomi. And then he lost to Jake Ellenberger. And then he beat Martin Kampmann. So
he's hot and cold. So if we go by his record, he should be due for a win.
And this is the thing. Diego Sanchez
has been hot and cold.
Yeah,
he was undefeated. He lost, and then the wheels went.
The thing about Diego Sanchez, and everybody knows that I don't know right now if there's a better performer in the UFC. I really don't. Like, at one time you used to say Chris Lieben would come in there and just throw blows, and he's really been on the decline.
Oh, that's what you mean by performer. Okay.
Yeah, he will fight you. You have bad.
He's like a hell of a dancer and dresses sharply. I was wearing
possibly that too. But I'm telling you what, when he's in the octagon,
he's giving it his all.
He's going to give it his all. If Miles Jury sleeps on this cat for 1 second, he could be fucking done.
And with that said, as much as I'd like to say Diego's going to lose this, I think he's going to press the shit out of this kid, and he's not going to know how to handle it, and Diego's going to win.
Yeah, I might, I might.
And the reason I say that is because
I don't know. This is
the young kid. What, Eric Koch? There's a young kid, Eric something, and he was supposed to be the greatest thing ever, undefeated. He came in and fought a fight similar to this.
Eric Silva?
Yeah, I think Eric Silva came in and fought a fight he was supposed to win. We all had him winning hands down, and he got pressed and didn't know what to do. He kept getting taken down. Yeah. And he just couldn't get up. Every time he tried to get up, he just got taken back down. So if Miles Jury hasn't done his homework and watched Diego's tapes and seen what he can do and had tried to mimic that, dude, it's like dealing with a full court press in basketball. If you have a point guard who doesn't know how to get past a press, you're dead. Yep. You are dead, and that's what's going to happen. He's going to get pressed, and I'm going with Diego Sanchez.
I'm just letting you know that this is an MMA video and nobody knows anything about basketball who watches these videos.
That's unfortunate.
I'll tell you that.
Because LeBron's a beast.
You going with Sanchez?
Yep.
I'm gonna see if Miles Jury can continue his winning ways. I'm gonna go with him.
Cool.
The next fight is a welterweight fight between Carlos Condit and Tyron Woodley. Now,
Condit's got the size advantage all day.
That's the thing, George. Like, Tyron Woodley has looked good. He has definitely improved.
Striking.
Striking.
His wrestling's always been nasty.
It's been good. But the thing is that his striking's improved, but now you got to strike against a guy who's lengthy and throws everything. Yeah. He throws...
He's a dynamic striker, if you will.
I'm going to tell you how I can see this happening right now. I'm gonna say this, everybody. Remember, I said this, okay? Just like when I said John Wall was gonna win the slam dunk contest, even though you guys don't watch basketball. That shit go, I'm never gonna let it go. Okay? When I'm fucking on my deathbed, I'm gonna be like, tell that fucking asshole George that John Wall won the slam dunk contest in 2014. Deuces. Anyway, but I see him getting caught with that fucking front snap kick. You know that kick that he just uses, that push kick, he just... That I
just teat kit.
I don't know what it is. It's a fucking bust your fucking tooth. Fucking sent Randy Couture in the retirement when Machida did it.
Oh, but I'm glad you finished that because I'm like, where are we going with this?
I mean, he throws that. He's really good with his kicks and stuff, man. And he's so lengthy, 6'2". I don't know if Tyron Woodley can get in the inside. If he takes him down, he's not an easy guy to wrestle, and he knows he's good on the ground and he's tall and lengthy. So I don't know if he can sit there and hump Carlos Condit. He'll get out of it.
Not only is Condit going to win this, but he's going to win it and then demand a title shot.
Yeah, and he deserves it. You know,
I don't blame him.
He deserves it. Now, the fight, the headliner, and guys, it will not be boring. Trust me, because these are two guys that like to finish fights. They're two guys that throw bricks. I like them both.
Now, with that said, I wonder if that's going to put any. When you know you have two guys like these two, Lawler and Hendricks, in the final fight of the night, and you know what they're bringing to the table, does that put more pressure on you with this new incentive system, with no more knockout of the night, no more submission of the night kind of things, with those awards? Do you think that puts more pressure on the guys on the rest of the card to try to perform if they want that money? Because some of them need that money.
Yeah, some of them need that money, and you know what? You're right. I mean, I know that if I was on the card below them and I'm looking at them as a headliner, I'm thinking, dude, I gotta fucking do something fucking impressive.
Because you're potentially looking at what, performance of the night and fight of the night, whatever they're calling it. You could have two of those awards go in that fight because you could get whatever they're doing for knockout of the night and performance of the night in the same fight.
These are two guys that could all of a sudden they could kill each other in the first round, and people are like, how did they make it to the second round?
Yeah. Well, we're talking about Johny Hendricks and Robbie Lawler, who have been selected to fight for the vacated welterweight title.
Yeah.
The winner of this will be the champ. It's not an interim champ. It's not a co-champ. It's not a let's wait for. GSP is gone.
Yeah.
This belt is hanging. Like, think about it for all you WWE
He's in
folks.
Captain America movies.
Yeah, the belt's hanging above.
Yeah.
The first one to get the belt, i.e. knock the other one out, because that's exactly the way this is going to end.
It's like a belt match in WWE.
That's
when
what
they
I
climb up the ladder.
That's.
Oh. I gotta fucking clean my ears out, man.
No, that's just how long we've been doing this. We're not listening to each other anymore. That's why we just fucking walk right over what each other are saying. We're like, hey!
That's why when one of us has an idea, we're like, look, let me talk for a second.
Yes, that's why
we can't remember shit.
That's why we cut each other off.
I know. And people are like, why are you guys rude and cut each other off? Like, do you see us fucking crying about it?
No, because we're old and we forget.
Yeah.
And he's way older than I am, but still.
I know.
Ancient.
Now,
how do you want this to go, and how do you see it going? Because that's two totally different things.
This is how it is for me.
How would he use?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both guys. I'm a big fan of both guys. They are probably my two favorite welterweights. However, I've been a fan of Robbie Lawler longer. And I've seen Robbie Lawler. I've always loved the way he's fought. And I'm like, man, he's just one of those guys, like it's a team you look at and you're like, they have so much potential if they just pulled it together and then they make it to the Super Bowl. Because they start playing right. And it's like, that's how he is. Like, he always had so much talent. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And now he got with a good camp and he just went through everybody. And I'm thinking, man, now he's at his full potential. And then Rogan was saying it. Rogan's like, man, dude, this motherfucker is getting better and better and better with each fight because he's in the right camp now. And I'd love to see him, as much as I'd love to see Johny Hendricks, have the title, which I think he should have the title. I would have loved to see Robbie Lawler take it away from him. But it looks like they're fighting for the title. With that being said, I'd like to see Lawler win the fight.
Here's how I want it to play out. And I told Kevin this on the phone. For me, there is no loser. Whichever one of these guys wins the belt, I'm going to be happy for. But I would love to see Hendricks pop Robbie Lawler with a just devastating right hand. Robbie Lawler lose his legs, get back up, and pow! End the fight. Just death blow.
Because, I mean, that's how they fight.
That's what I want to see. I mean, this is going to be one of those 2 o'clock in the morning, redneck biker bar, drag them out in the street and beat each other till you can't stand up type fights.
And this is the thing, and George and I both said this. Robbie Lawler, for you guys who are not familiar with Robbie Lawler can take a punch. And let me tell you something. He had a lot of power as a middleweight. Like, he was known for knocking people out as a middleweight, and he's fought even heavier than that. But he had some of the best knockout power in the middleweight class, and now he's a welterweight.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so, I mean, Hendricks, I don't know if I'm sure he's been hit for people with this kind of power when he's training, sparring, and everything, but he can't let this guy tee off on him a couple times because he'd be out.
And let's face it, we all know Johny Hendricks' weakness. 4th and 5th round. Let's be serious. That's where Johny Hendricks, strong first round, strong second round, and then he starts to fade.
Right.
Because he throws every punch like a batter would, trying to swing and hit every ball.
And we love it.
And we do. And it's going to be...
They both could end up very tired in the 4th or 5th round. It could end up being like Dan Henderson and Shogun. That was a great fight.
That was a war.
That was a great fight. That's what I'm hoping to see. Like George said, I'm leaning a little towards Lawler. I'd be happy with either one of these guys as the champ. I think they're both.
But let me tell you, whichever one wins this is going to have their hands full with Condit.
Yeah, because Condit's like, I should be fucking have this.
Yeah, Condit's pissed. Mm-hmm. Condit's been looked over, rolled over, steamrolled, bulldozed, and I think he's going to be hungry. And I think Tyron's going to have his motherfucking hands full.